Are you insinuating that a TCU goes undefeated? They don't deserve to be in the NCAA Final Four?
I'm saying, it's hard because I love the kids and I don't want to be unfair to the kids. Okay, but I got to tell you that damn schedule I find very non-impressive. I do. Oklahoma State, these teams, they haven't looked the same to me, Paul. Has the Big 12 been the Big 12 that you come to know and love?
No. Well, first of all, dog. You're so far off. It's embarrassing. Okay.
What?
Because the Big 12 really doesn't have. I mean, this is not the old Big 12, dog. I mean, this is the TCU Big 12, and TCU analytics looked this up the other day. If you put TCU against the top 10, top 12 in the country on a neutral site, they're an underdog against every team. Now that doesn't mean very much on the field, but that's where we have the playoffs. It's on neutral sites, and I think TCU would get blown off the field against Georgia, against Tennessee, against Alabama, LSU, Michigan, Ohio State. They don't belong in there.
All hail TCU. The TCU Horned Frogs did it. They're going to the national championship game. Welcome to episode 125 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our channel. Smash that like button if you like our content and share the video with your family and friends. Yes, we started the show a little differently today. We showed a clip back in November 16th. We did it way back in episode 93. We came to the honor to defend the honor of TCU. ESPN went after the TCU Horned Frogs, their credentials in the middle of the season. And why did they do that? They didn't break TCU down. They just said that basically TCU, this is not the old Big 12, even though Oklahoma and Texas are still in the Big 12. This is not a big brand school. That's what they were basically telling you. But TCU deserved to be in the playoffs. They deserved to be talked about in the middle of November when ESPN really went after them. T-winners, Tomlinson on defense, Duggan, Johnston, Miller on offense, underrated offensive line. Sonny Dykes and the whole coaching staff, they deserve to have been in the playoffs, and they definitely deserve to be in the championship game. So congratulations to the TCU Horned Frogs. First Big 12 team to win a playoff game. It wasn't Texas. It wasn't Oklahoma. It was TCU, and they deserve it. A gutsy performance all around for TCU. Now, what does that mean for Michigan? Losing this game, winning a semifinal game for the second year in a row. There's already reports out there that some NFL franchises, and this report particularly the Denver Broncos, have reached out to Jim Harbaugh. This is from PFT, Pro Football Talk, Mark Folio. Let's just read this quick article. Jim Harbaugh has said he's done pursuing NFL jobs. This doesn't mean that NFL jobs are done pushing him or pursuing him. Per source with knowledge of the situation, the Denver Broncos have reached out to Harbaugh to inform him that they are interested in talking to him about the vacancy that emerged 6 days ago with the firing of first-year head coach Nathaniel Hackett. The Broncos undoubtedly are looking for a proven commodity in lieu of a first-time head coach. Harbaugh has shown that he can win football games at both the NFL level and college. After interviewing for a Minnesota vacancy a year ago, Harbaugh said he's not entertaining further NFL openings, but he has spoken wistfully about winning a Super Bowl, and his buyout is just a mere $3 million. Michigan is loaded for another run at the national championship, but there's only one place to compete for the Lombardi Trophy, and there's only so many opportunities to take those head coaching jobs. Absolutely. I think Jim Harbaugh still has the fire to go back in the NFL. Just because he was shut down by the Vikings doesn't mean he doesn't want back in. However, it is true that the Michigan Wolverines are loaded for next year. Loaded. They were a young team. J.J. McCarthy, first year as a starting quarterback, he did incredibly well. No doubt about it. Their receiving room has to get some more juice in that receiving room. Some of their young recruits in this class and last year's class have to emerge. That wide receiver room kept Michigan back, but they've got everything else coming back for another national run. So what do you think Jim Harbaugh is going to do for next year? Let me know in the comment section. Does he stay with Michigan? And what does TCU have to do to win it all against Georgia? Now, I do think that Jim Harbaugh made a crucial error in that game. Crucial error. Michigan, we talked about it in the live show here at Peek Around the Corner watch party. They threw everything at Max Duggan. They kept blitzing him and blitzing him and blitzing him. And that's what you can't do against Max Duggan, because he can make the big play. He can make the big play with his legs. He has a quick delivery. You wanted Max Duggan to force him to go down the field, slowly but surely down the field. But no, Michigan kept gambling, and they paid for it. So Jim Harbaugh and the defensive coordinator made a crucial bad decision going into this game to do all that gambling on defense. But I do have to give Jim Harbaugh credit before the game. Yes, Jim Harbaugh, I consider him a little odd, but aren't we all? But look at this picture. Look at this comparison. Jim Harbaugh, outkick. Jim Harbaugh and Steve Sarkisian found themselves in the exact same situations. Harbaugh handled it like an adult man. Sarkisian handled it like a spoiled, insecure child. Which example would you want to follow your son to follow? Hopefully you saw the video. Sarkisian went after this guy right here before the Texas Longhorn Washington Husky game. You can watch the video. Sarkisian used some not so good language, some foul language, and just screamed at this guy because this guy was doing his job and pushing Sarkisian back. They have protocols. Before the game, before they run out on the field, the coaches and the players, they have protocols. Here, you can see the video. You can look at it, Twitter if you want. Just Google it. Jim Harbaugh remained calm when he was getting pushed back in his game. So who do you want coaching your young men? Jim Harbaugh or Sarkisian? I love that picture. The difference. Jim Harbaugh is a good man. And he's a great coach. No question about it. They blew it against TCU. They did not have the right schemes on defense against TCU. But at the end of the day, you have to give the TCU Horned Frogs all the credit in the world because they executed when Michigan gambled. Max Duggan was able to throw some beautiful passes, that one to Johnston, getting out of the pocket. TCU kept coming back. Tomlinson was brilliant. Winters was brilliant. They made enough plays on defense to hold Michigan back just enough to come out with the victory. So all hail TCU, no matter what ESPN says about the TCU Horned Frogs, just because they're not a big brand like Oklahoma and Texas. I don't even know what that means. You win it on the field. You win it on the football field. You lose it on the football field. TCU won it on the football fields. They absolutely did. All hail TCU. Until next time, from all of us at Peek Around the Corner to all of you, please, you all take care of each other. Thank you so very much.